Hello, welcome back to another edition of Road Talk with Cade. Today in my life is August 1st, 2025. On Friday, July 18th, one of my favorite artists, Michael Marcheggi, released a new song titled Humbling on Spotify. The song is about a topic that I've been meaning to talk about for a while now, revolving around the path of life I chose and one of its main consequences. That consequence being the lonely nights. Before I get too deep into the topic at hand, I bought myself a new toy for filming these videos. I have a really hard time justifying buying physical objects for myself. For whatever reason, when I start investing in new hobbies, I always end up ending them shortly after that. For example, every time I've bought protein powder for working out, I've stopped going to the gym within a month after that purchase. I don't know what the reason for it is, but I hope it changes for this purchase. Only time will tell, I guess. The new toy is a DJI Osmo Mobile 7, which is a handheld gimbal to put my phone on, which will hopefully up the visual quality of my videos a little bit, as well as allow me to take some more unique shots of my adventures. The second topic of discussion, before the meat and potatoes of the episode, the footage shot in this video is from July 19th, 2025. I woke up at 5 in the morning to drive out to the Great Smoky Mountains, a place that for being 90 minutes away, I've only driven through once. I wanted to change that. With an overcast morning set in the mid-60s, it was the perfect opportunity for me to do so. So on July 19th, I hiked the Alum Cove Trail up to LeConte Lodge, getting my toes on the mountainside, while providing me with ample amounts of footage for this video. I stated before the main topic of this episode is the long, lonely nights that I sometimes have to sleep through. I chose a much different path in life than my friends back home. Actually, I chose a much different life than almost everyone I've ever met. I think with the 10 digits on my hands, I could name every person I know that is out traveling the world like me. Most people tend to stick around their hometown or the general area they grew up in, find a lady they fancy, start a family, and continue on with the traditions that were passed down to them. For me, I hold those traditions in high regard, but when my time with college came to an end, I looked back at the hometown I grew up in and saw no life for me there. Outside of my family, I had nothing else holding me there. No girl, no job, no reason to stay as far as I was concerned. So I packed up the old Chevy Cruze and went down a different path in life than those I left behind. In the opening line of the song I mentioned earlier, Michael sings, "I am the one who left, but you are the one who is leaving me behind," speaking about his hometown / friends that he left back home. Now I resonate with that very closely. As someone who only gets to go home so many times per year, the amount of change that happens even in my small hometown of Reidsville makes me feel like I'm missing everything. There's a joke I like to make, that there is only 1,200 people there when everyone is home on the weekend. Even with that small population, the amount of change that happens between visits is astonishing. Whether it is the bank moving to a new building, a new couple getting together, or seeing a picture of the football team and not knowing any of the names on it. The speed at which the world moves is incredible. Traveling the way I do with my new job has given me a new respect for time. When you're in a different place every day, it's hard to establish roots that hold for more than one flowering. Having left the way I did has provided me with a lot of lonely nights. This being one of them, as I sit in my apartment alone, writing till I fall asleep, so I can catch an early morning to chase a new dream tomorrow. The next lyric he sings is "Grass is greener on the other side," but that line is bullshit, and you and I both know it. I know I chose to leave. If I would have chosen the other option, I don't know what my fate would have been. Not to dwell too much on the lost opportunity. My life is great. I love what I do for work. I love the places I go. I like who I am as a person. But there's no way of knowing if I made the right decision by leaving. To be doing what I am today, compared to in an alternate universe where I never left, is bullshit, because there's no way to prove myself right or wrong in a past decision. The chorus of the song goes like this. My friends are back at home with babies. Their happiness is doubling, my lack of it is troubling. They all got front yards, and minivans, and Christmas cards. Way I got none of it, it's a different kind of humbling. What those lyrics say to me is much like our singer here. I'm missing out on life. Not all of it, but parts that complete the human experience. Finding a wife, settling down, having kids, and living the American dream for another generation, alongside those of my friends and family who never left our hometown. Every so often, on a lonely Friday night like this, my mind wanders to those similar thoughts that are stated above. I could be at my brother's eating dinner, or up north with my dad building his shed on the property I will inherit one day, making memories that I won't ever get to be a part of, because I left. To counterpoint the chorus, I by no means am unhappy with the life I chose. Now, will I ever be sending out my own Christmas cards? I doubt it, but I am living on the other end of the spectrum of my friends back home. With their lives comes obligations, whether that be babies, weddings, or any other thing that comes up in life. I live free from all that. For example, I am waking up at 5 in the morning, driving an hour and 45 minutes away, and spending my entire Saturday on the side of a mountain, off of a whim from a decision I made the night before. I wouldn't be able to do something like this if I had the obligations that come with a normal life, if I stayed back home. Also to add, there are no mountains and very few hiking trails where I grew up. The second verse starts out with a question. Life skills? I got a couple of them. I can live out of a suitcase. Now I can get you anywhere in the country without a map, GPS, or cell phone. However, unlike my brothers, I am not capable of taking care of another person. I can't build them shelter, support them emotionally, or promise that there will be food on the table every night. I do have the skills of a nomad, or my preferred word for it, which is vagabond. I can get you anywhere. I can find entertainment out of anything. I can talk to anybody. So the life I chose has given me skills, but not those for someone who chose a normal life. The third verse goes as, call it struggling, maladjusted, 30-something, it's all humbling, not in love, and always running. No, you weren't wondering. Now I may be a bit younger than our singer here, having a little bit more positive outlook on life than he does in the song. What he is saying, though, is something I feel in my heart every day. Every day of my life, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, because I'm not in the headspace of what I thought my life was supposed to be when I was growing up. Like I'm not in love, and my lifestyle is always on the run. It is hard to set up a date when you don't know what you're going to feel like after a week on the road. How is someone who I first met supposed to accept that I'm going to be gone 150 nights a year simply for work? Not counting going home or on other vacations. How am I supposed to create long-lasting meaning inside the lifestyle I chose? It truly is a humbling experience to figure it out. As stated, the song title is humbling. To be honest, I live a very humbling lifestyle. I have no support system that I can physically see. I have a very limited circle of friends that I converse with out here. I'm on my own for the most part. I have the shirt on my back and the feeling in my gut to live off of. If I don't do it, it simply just doesn't get done. The only way to humble yourself is to put yourself in a situation to get humbled, which has provided me with a good outlook on life that I feel very fortunate to have at the age of 24. The past 2 years of trials and tribulations on the road have done more than enough to humble me. There's only one way to go through life, and that is day by day, seeing what the world can throw at you next. Some days are going to be the best days you have ever had. Others you may find yourself where I do tonight, sitting in an apartment alone, wondering why I chose the path I did. The clips contained in this video are the gift of the other end of my solitude. What went from being a sad, lonely night turned into the next day being one of the most challenging yet exhilarating days of my life. A hike that started out as a planned 6-mile round trip quickly doubled into a 12-mile adventure that pushed my mental and physical toughness to the absolute limit. Hiking 6 miles up the side of a mountain, over creeks, up chiseled stone steps, and finished by summiting a mountain barefoot. Hiking so high, you're inside of a cloud and not able to take in the view from the highest point of elevation that I saw that day. To then have to turn around and walk back to my car. It was batshit insane, but one of the best experiences of my life so far. A day I'll remember for the rest of my life. The song ends by singing, people in their picture frames, and understand insurance claims, pickup trucks, and credit scores. Who the hell is it all for? There are multiple lines in this song that resonate with me to my core. This right here is another part that I struggle with to grasp every day of my life. Taking care of my body, going to the gym every day, and walking 2 miles per day. Why do I do that? Who is it for? Obviously those physical aspects are for me. But I don't go home to someone who cares what I look like. I don't go home to anyone or anything. The picture frame line is my favorite because I don't even own a picture frame. These lines make me see the childish aspects of my own life. As we discussed earlier, I'm the one who left, and I'm still running. While I look back to see everyone behind me growing up and becoming adults. As far as I'm concerned, everyone back home is an adult. They have lives, they're getting married and starting families. Compared to them, I am a child. I'm running because it's the only thing I know how to do. Now if I'm running towards something or away from something, that depends on the subject at hand. Having a picture frame and a credit scores isn't really my style. I want to wander through the woods barefoot like I did growing up, and continue to play the same video games I did 15 years ago. I chose the path in life that allows me to do those things. I may miss out on all sorts of things back home, but throughout this song, I think Mr. Marcagi never mentions the point of how great his life is with the decisions he has made, as well as how great my life is with the decisions I've made. Like, how lucky am I to live where I live in Asheville, to check things off my bucket list like I did on the 4th of July by surfing, traveling all over the country for work, being able to fly to Germany later this year to experience the real Oktoberfest, or now, for work, I get a paid trip to visit Chengdu, China at some point in the future. I get to do all kinds of amazing things that I never thought were possible if you would have asked me a year ago. Yes, I chose a different path in life, but I think it, so far, would have been just as great as if I never left. Michael, I love you and your music, but dwelling on a crossroad that has already passed in life will never bring you joy, or let us see the beauty of what is still in front of us. In conclusion, from what this song resonates inside of me, there are no rights and wrongs in life. There's only the hope in life that you wake up tomorrow with another chance to find happiness inside yourself. Yeah, I may find myself at 2 a.m. on Main Street with a number dialed on the phone. That missed call you see in the morning may not be my proudest moment, but if I did call, it's because I wanted to tell you I'm proud of you. Thank you for listening. I love you. Bye.